everybody, I'm back with another video. I took a short break just to collect myself and figure out some of my process of filming so that hopefully I can make it a little bit better and a little bit clearer. So today I have the piles labeled, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and each pile is going to have a song with it. This is going to be what your spirit guides would like to communicate with you right now. So if you could take a couple meditative breaths just to center yourself as you cast your gaze across the piles and select which one is calling to you. So let's get started. Hello pile 1. So I have your cards spread out already, and I'm just going to start by introducing which cards came out. So the Tower, 3 of Cups, the Empress, and the Moon. The song that I asked your guides to provide for me ended up being Jump by Julia Michaels, and this song is about getting into a relationship or trying to pursue a relationship when you're just not ready for it, or you still have some kind of work that you need to do. With the Empress card here, this is pointing out to me that possibly you're still in a process of growth. You still have things that you could work on to get yourself into this Empress energy. Empress is someone who has all 4 elements really balanced and really well developed, and she can use all of them effectively and focus on her own self-love with this pink color. The red as well is showing that she's grounded and connected to the divine with the purple. These secrets being shown with the moon right here is also showing me that there may be secrets between you and a partner that you're not understanding fully and will soon be revealed to you. Oftentimes when I see the moon card, I think of secrets, dreams, and using your intuition to understand certain truths that are being revealed to you. The 3 of Cups may show that there could possibly be not just you and that person involved in this situation. And the Tower is kind of the destruction of the tree, which is interesting because there's these trees over here being shown in these other cards, and the Tower kind of breaks off the top of the tree and shows that there needs to be growth to happen, to cut out the growth that may have already been enacted. Down here in the Buddha Wisdom cards, there is the Crazy Wisdom Wrathful Buddha, and he says, let go of being logical, a higher wisdom will guide you. Dance with Ganesh, remover of obstacles. Give yourself over to joy, and your life will flow. The Ratna Dakini, the Yellow Buddha family of the South. Replace pride by knowing that separateness is an illusion. And Chakra Samvara, union of wisdom and compassion. Love-making can bring wisdom and compassion or mire us in lust. So I'm going to start with the Wisdom Wrathful Buddha. This card about the logic and wisdom is like letting you know, I'm thinking of like the Emperor card, not relying on, if you're this Empress and you're working on your self-love, how you see yourself, how you operate in a relationship, this is showing that you may need to rethink who you view as the Emperor, or what you're expecting of someone who may be a counterpart for you, and allow for things to be orchestrated for you instead of trying to take control over a situation or lead with your mind. This is about the integration of your heart with your mind and using both to push you forward in a way that is good for both you and another person and not just have it be one-sided. It's also about learning and investing in yourself instead of investing in other people at the moment. With Ganesh, this is reminding you that you're protected. Especially, I was drawn to this heart that he's holding. The love that you're getting right now should be coming from the divine and not from other places. And any celebration that you feel is being provided to you from what's happening inside of you and the passion that you're feeding that helps your concept of yourself. Obstacles or things that you perceive as obstacles are being removed right now, and you're being protected. If someone's coming and trying to meddle in your life or steal away your happiness or do things that aren't in your best interests, they're being stopped, and blockages are being put around you in order to keep you safe. Also, I'm drawn to his ears, and it's reminding me that it's important to listen to the people around you or listen to wisdom that's being presented to you, back with this wisdom card as well. Especially if you can feel the heartache that comes with certain things being cut away or pushed into your past and left there. Whatever you feel is also being felt by others a lot of times, and this is shown with this yellow dakini. The color yellow also signifies your expression of your higher self and the purpose that you need to fulfill in this life. And you're being guided to follow that and to express that more fully, regardless of who you're around. And this card in particular, I was drawn to the second half of the phrase on the bottom where it says, "or admire us in lust," talking about lovemaking. So if you feel like you are trying to pursue romance with somebody, but your intentions are kind of skewed, or you're perceiving the relationship as something different than it is, you're not going to be able to continue to do that, because love needs to be from both sides. And I think it's interesting in this card, one, the greenish blue person, the person who's communicating the love and has the third eye opened, also has multiple arms. Like, they're reaching out to do multiple things, and they're being successful at doing all these things, and they have a lot of power, but this person is almost like leeching onto them, and only in the red color, which can be lustful or represent lustful desire. So it could be that whoever you're dealing with, if you're asking about someone specific, that this person, their intentions are not to help your spiritual journey, but to ground themselves or for selfish reasons. And it's not that you've done anything wrong, because you are trying to cultivate this Empress energy and getting into that energy. But you can't have people around you who are not aligned with that goal and that path that you're trying to follow. And there's definitely things that you're trying to understand, but they're just not supposed to be revealed to you for the sake of your own well-being or for the sake of the well-being of the other person. But as shown here, I think it's interesting that these trees are very similar. It's like they're being cut back, and I'm thinking of a forest fire as well. So a forest fire is something that's necessary to happen in order to allow for new growth. So sometimes every 100 years, the forest must burn down. But that creates space for new fertile energy to come in and grow a whole new forest. And even though it may be devastating at the time, like this tower kind of can feel, there's always something following to help it grow back up. And if you feel alone, just know that there are things that are with you, whether they be spirit guides who have called you to receive this message at this point, or people in real life as well, like friends and family. Because when I see Three of Cups, I often think of a close friend group or people that are in support of you and understand your emotions, because cups are emotions as well, and it's emotional support and building something that feeds the desire for love in a way that's more healthy for your progress at the moment. And this card coincides with remover of obstacles. So it's like these friendships and these bonds are removing those obstacles for you and helping create space for things that you do need to come into your life. Also, with this mention of pride right here, don't let the way you perceive yourself or the way you feel that you should be receiving things block you from looking forward to having something that you truly deserve come into your life. Because if something is causing you pain or heartache or just not serving you, sometimes your pride can try and twist it into something that you really want. But rather, if you trust that what you're putting out and giving to others will come back to you eventually in the way that you are meant to have it and deserve for it to come into your life, it will help you release the illusion of time and the illusion that we're not all interconnected with each other. Each one of us has the capacity for unconditional love within ourselves, and we're responsible for grounding ourselves and helping ourselves understand that we don't need an external confirmation of love to be love and to feel love. Because once we can get ourselves to feel love within ourselves, love will come from the outside. We can't be reliant wholly on an external source of love to bring us what we feel like we need. Okay, I feel called to ask for one more card for this pile, just as something that can bring pile one hope and light, because this situation is a little more difficult. Okay, I wanted to give 2 cards. Yes, this definitely has to do with focusing on yourself, focusing on the people that already exist in your life, and how the people in your past also may still be there for you. I'm talking about like friends that you are close to, that you don't talk to all that often, but they may still be watching over you and having good intentions for you. There may be people that you don't necessarily think of super often, but they're still somebody that you could reach out to, and people that have your best interests in mind. And this card says, cultivating a well-rounded personality brings fearlessness. And the opposite of faith is having fear. So focusing on yourself and focusing on the gifts that you have within yourself and how that makes you feel loved from yourself is going to help you not feel fearful for the future or feel fearful of the present moment, because sometimes it's not even the future that we fear, it's the feeling that we have in the moment that we're in. Also, there's an imp came out, one of the 8 classes of demons. Choose positive thoughts that will chase away the devil. So if you do feel this devil energy, which is pulling you to be connected to a situation that needs to be released, or is just a situation that you've gone into a little impulsively, choosing to focus on thoughts that have a positive outlook and a positive regard for yourself and where you are and the decisions that you make are important. And choosing positive sources to release your energy towards. I'm thinking like positive coping skills as well. Positive situations that you put yourself into will help you open up your heart space and operate from your heart in a way that you don't feel like you're draining yourself, and you feel like you're instead pouring things in and building yourself up and being able to use your intuition in a way that brings you forward and brings you closer to where you're meant to go. So thank you, Pile 1. I'm going to move on to Pile 2. Hello, Pile 2. So I'm going to start with the song that I channeled for you that you could look up and listen to that may help clarify the message that I'm about to deliver for you. So the song is Diane Mozart by Saint Motel. And this song is about, the lyrics that are coming to mind are just gotta love each chapter. And that's talking about loving the place that you're in, where you're at, while you may have some kind of things that feel like they're blockages or you're struggling a little. And this is having patience. So right now, you may have been hoping for some kind of communication, something to move a little faster, because 8 of Wands is fast movement, communication, passion, moving into a space of getting towards completion, but it's in reverse. So I feel like this is something that's kind of blocked. Things need to slow down for you a little bit. And then next to it, 3 of Swords, that's also in reverse, which is something that's a little bit blocked, or something that you may have been worrying about, but it's your spirit guides want to let you know that you don't need to be worried about heartache, because you're not going to be heartbroken. You just need to have a little bit more faith in the process and in the guidance that's being given to you right now. 2 of Wands is also in reverse, so this is showing that whatever path that you're on may be, you need to take like 2 steps back and focus on some things that you may have not tended to in the past, things that you still need to clean up in order to be able to move forward. It's like when you're reading a book and you have to go back a couple pages to make sense of what just happened in order to be able to understand where you just got to in the book, like the present. So especially going into this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, in the shadow period, we tend to feel some kind of nostalgia, be able to look back on where we've come from and how that's contributed to our present. I believe that this is your spirit guide that is with you at the moment, and this is strength. The rose here is showing you that you do have abundance coming. something guiding you, something protecting you, that's going to make you feel that love and feel that protection. But it may just not be here at the moment. So here with the chakras, the message on the bottom is for guardian angels. Call upon the guardians of our psychic energy. This is talking about aligning all of your energy centers and checking in with your entire body and your energetic being, understanding how you feel, being able to heal those as well. Because if you don't understand where pain may be coming from or where your frustration may be arising from, checking in with your body can be important. This also points to meditative practice, because a lot of meditations that have to do with getting you in touch with yourself also have to do with understanding your energy centers and this tree of life back here, which is you growing into a strong and stable being, and asking possibly for signs, synchronicities, something from your guides that will help show you in your everyday life that where you need to focus and what you need to be thinking about, releasing, what loose ends you need to tie up in a way to be able to move forward and heal yourself and be focused in the right direction. I think it's also interesting that since both of these cards are reversed, it does show the chakra colors from purple to red, and I think it's significant that there's a lot of red being shown. So it's like grounding yourself, reminding yourself of where you came from, situations that you maybe need to work through and heal so that you don't feel like there's this impending heartache that you need to be avoiding, when strength is showing you that you have an abundance of positive emotions that are going to be coming into your reality if you just focus on maintaining your strength during this time period. The second card here is Garuda, protector from the serpent race. Raise your eyes to a bird in flight to connect to the divine. So this is also showing you that if you tend to feel as if you are waiting around and trying to manifest things and trying to get where you're going, part of it has to do with divine timing, trying to talk to your higher power or your higher self and asking, what can I do to help this process along, or what can I do to encourage patience within myself, may be helpful for you, because you are headed in a good direction. You do have someone who is protecting you from being in negative situations, but also ensuring that you are going into situations where you're going to be aided and learn the necessary lessons that you need to learn while you're in this period of adjustment, and cultivating the self-love that you have so that you can feel stronger for the next time that you end up in a situation where you feel like there may be a lot of things clouding the truth or the intent of the journey that you're on. Lastly, we have the 8-armed Kuan Yin. So this is feminine energy heavily with the yin. The Bodhisattva of compassion. When stuck in anger, cultivate compassion. So having compassion for yourself is really important, especially during this time. If you feel emotions that are such as frustration or why me, the kind of questions that you start to ask when you've been going in a certain direction and trying to do your best and you feel as though the blessings or rewards haven't come in quite yet. Having compassion for the situations of other people, if this involves other people. And compassion for yourself will also allow you to bring in this patience that you need to communicate well with others and communicate from your heart space. I'm being drawn to the arrows that she's holding, the flower, and how her hands are at her heart center of her chest. It's like your heart is leading you in the direction that you need to go if you take some more time to listen to it and listen to the ways in which your guides are giving you messages with your emotions, and they're infinitely providing for you. So if you feel stuck, or you've just recently let things go to try and make space for other things, you will be receiving the things that you need to feel grounded and provided for, and like you have meaning and purpose with what you're doing in your life at this time. So I think that's it. Thank you, pile 2. I'm going to move on to pile 3. Hello, pile 3. So your song that I got for you is Forever by Claro. And this song is about wondering if your emotions are right or leading you in the correct direction, if you're going to feel the way that you feel right now in a permanent way, if the people that are in your life are permanent or temporary, and if you can trust those people that you're caring about. This 9 of Pentacles in reverse is, I feel like, the emotional state that you're in, feeling like you have a lot in the material world that's going on, a lot of things that are in your physical life that may be kind of distracting, and you're not quite sure what choice you should make, so you feel like you need to protect the things that you do have, and I think that that is a good thing to do. Protecting your materials, whether that be by setting intentions for your angels to be watchful over the things that you hold dear and the things that are currently helping you, like if you use certain tools to work on projects, or you have certain things that bring you a lot of joy, because we all know that material things don't really matter, but these things can sometimes be really important to helping our life purpose and the way that we understand ourselves and the way that we practice spiritually. So keeping those things protected and focusing on taking care of those things could be important. Also, manifesting things that may help you with those projects if you don't have them, by asking the universe to provide that to you in some way, could be helpful. If you're trying to balance a lot of things, especially balancing your emotions with balancing personal emotions versus the emotions that others inspire in you, and how you share that with the world and share with yourself, your guides are trying to let you know that you are on the way to transforming, especially with this Hanged Man right here. It's showing that the way that you're thinking is shifting and moving into a different space, and you're being guided to have the revelations that you need to have. If you have a lot of options or choices of people that are around you, I feel that no one, this may not resonate for all of you, but if you are looking for new friends or romantic partners, no one that's in your life right now or coming into your sphere in the next little bit, no one is going to be a good option of someone who you can bring into your permanent zone of confidants, or people that you view as long-term. So if that's upsetting to hear, you can always make a wish, set out the intention for Spirit to reveal to you what people you can trust and where you can invest more of your time and more of your energy, whether that be people that already exist or something that you may not be expecting that you could be putting more energy into that may not be a person. This Son of Wands is what's making me really feel drawn to explain this message to you, because the Son of Wands it's comparable to the Knight, and it can be somebody who doesn't have good intentions, someone coming in that has their own agenda or their own passions that they're trying to follow and pursue, but it can be deceiving and too good to be true. So if you have a lot of options of like people that are interested in investing time in you, you may feel inclined to try and reciprocate, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to engage if you feel like this person is not thinking with your best interests in mind. And I feel like this isn't just one person. This could be multiple people that are in your surroundings, possibly even people in classes or people who are trying to work with you on projects. So here we have guiding the dead safely through the bardo. Death is only a door. Choose the door leading to the light. I feel like choosing love that already exists in your life, keeping your circle small, putting your intentions to protect your friends or the people that you hold close and protecting those spaces where you spend time with them will be important to cultivate this hanged man energy, this new way of thinking and revolution of the way that you view yourself and the way that you view how you're interacting with the world. Things could be falling away and they could be ending, but the way that you view them helps to transform that death experience. So, for example, if relationships or career or thought patterns or interests or things that you identified with as a part of yourself are falling away and changing, instead of viewing that as something that's dying or that's leaving you or that you're losing, choosing to view this in a way where it's opening up new opportunities for light to come in and for you to manifest things that are more aligned with the journey that you're walking on can be a really cool way to shift into that hanged man energy and enjoy this new journey that you're embarking on and not feel like you are having to juggle an old life with a new life and integrating it effectively. Because this Two of Pentacles, I feel like, is more of an excess of that energy where you feel like you're struggling to keep everything balanced. But the way that you'll be able to balance the, quote, new life that you're going into is to view the old life as being the same, one and the same, just a continuation, and focusing on the impermanence of every situation. Not every situation is, like the song says, going to last forever. And being able to honor that when something leaves your life, it makes room for something that you need to learn in the future, rather than viewing it as being super negative. I think it's funny that all three of these are in the same position, and they are the same deity, which is interesting. This is the Vajradakini, the blue Buddha family of the East. So this is a blue Buddha. And then this is a fierce Purba wielding blue Buddha, or blue Dakini, which is, they're the same basically, and they're wearing the same type of headdress. But I think that this deity wanted to come through to show you that if this was the old version of you, someone who was really focused on feeling unstable or feeling a lot of anger, feeling intensity of negative emotions, or feeling like you weren't being provided for, because red is a grounding color, something that has to do with your physical world and how you're being taken care of and that feeling off. You're moving into somebody who's more peaceful, and you'll stay in that long term. So situations that you're moving into now are going to be providing for the way that your future unfolds and how you see yourself over the next couple months. So right now, what you can focus on is replacing hatred through learning and wisdom. So listening to the people that try and help guide you, give you advice about things. The things that you're reading also are giving you downloads of wisdom and lessons that your higher guidance would like you to interpret and learn and integrate into your everyday. And then also, this deity is reminding you as well, be fierce and vanquish whatever is holding you back. So if there are things that are holding you back that you just know are not serving your higher purpose anymore, let them fall away. You don't need to hold on to things from your past that you feel used to be in alignment with you just because they've always been there. You can let those things go because it will create space for new things to come in, and it won't be hard to balance these new things because they will integrate themselves into your life and fill you up with joy and fill you up with motivation and feed your soul in a way that these other things are beginning to take from your soul. Your energy is precious, and it's something that can be hard to protect sometimes, especially when we're moving into new ways of being and new energy levels. I think if you feel like you need to hold on to certain things or keep them around, it's okay to do so for a certain amount of time until you feel ready to let go of them, because it's important to not let things go too soon or at a time where it won't feel authentic. But once you do let those things go, the blessings will start flowing in and you'll feel a lot more fulfilled, and it will just encourage you to embrace this hanged man energy, this new way of being. I'm also thinking, even though this is a bat, I'm thinking of like how a cocoon hangs in the same way that the bat is hanging here and eventually turns into this butterfly, which is right here in this Two of Pentacles. It's like, but it's reversed because you're almost getting to the point where you're being transformed and you're going to be able to take flight. It's just right now you're in this waiting period where you can't quite fly yet because you have to get rid of some things and let some energy fall away and be discerning about what people are offering to you and what you're accepting from others, and seeing the truth of the situations that you're put in. So I want to ask, before I close this reading out, if there's anything else that you can focus on. Okay, 2 cards. Another red Dakini. So this is a red Dakini, but now she's dancing more. Who dances in the white Mahakala's heart. Love is the most powerful force of all. How you're showing love, how love is being shown to you, it's all around you at all times. Don't get focused on how you may be lacking love or how you may feel that you miss certain things, miss certain people. If you're alone right now, it's on purpose to help you cultivate this understanding of love within yourself and that you're provided for. This girl has so much abundance flowing around her, and she's dancing because of it. And she doesn't have to have anybody else around her to know that she is in a place of peace and a place of abundance where things are flowing into her life. This also decided to bring out the 8 manifestations of Padmasambhava, the lotus-born one. A great teacher is a treasure, seek to find one. So when you feel stuck, looking to teachings that will help you cultivate this understanding of your own spiritual practice, or instilling faith in the process of impermanence, the process of releasing and bringing new things in, and the ways in which human experience can sometimes be tainted by our egos and our own understandings of desire and craving that makes us feel the suffering that we feel. Thank you, Pile 3. I think that that's going to conclude our reading for the day. If you have anything that you would like to ask me about, my contacts are in the description, and other ways you can get in touch with me are also linked down there. So thank you so much. Have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video.